You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Pin at the bottom, I got the...
Just a stone's throw. Down Indianapolis, we are at the beautiful Lucas Oil Stadium. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in week 16.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This defense for the Colts, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolute phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Pierce will try to pick it up.
And some room to maneuver. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. There was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks, and here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're on offense and you saw that on tape, you got to think, keep them in and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 28. A 3rd down gain of 19.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw taken in by Hockenson here.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Well, they told us that he was just going to be a bear to defend. And usually tight ends are, Charles, but he's no exception to that rule. His 2nd catch of the opening possession, and it gets him a 1st down.
Yeah, and they certainly saw something on his earlier reception. He went back and reported what he found. And one of the things about him, he's like a wide receiver to me, Brandon. He has a great sense of space and understanding where defenders are.
Well, we talk all the time, Charles, and it kind of gets cliche about the hands that he has.
And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Calvin Austin, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He's got him in. Complete. And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. A big play there for Indy. And even 70 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Cook. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious.
And he's only able to get it to right around the 3. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson puts it on the carpet. It's out, and the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
So only even at 7 now as they kick it away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked out officially at the 21. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. He's got the connection to Moore. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, Parker. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Here we go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Play action. It's Wilson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a can down for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Broncos 14, Colts 7.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Your catch,
the Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Colts. Calvin Ridley, 37 yards. And the Colts are an extra point away from drawing level. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Jet sweep to start the drive. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why lots of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they're
in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. They're definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Under under pressure, and they got to him again. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up fourth. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He'll air this one out for Mims. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now Wilson. Tries the right side, finding Woods here. Touchdown! Jelani Woods with another touchdown, number 24 on the year, as his guys have now moved out in front. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. A dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Broncos. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Extra point by McCann, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. At the line and set to go. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Right back to Cook for another completion. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Now Wilson on 1st down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On third down, here's Pierce. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to move those guys coming full steam ahead at.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
On first down, Wilson. And Cook has it left side. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. This duo locked in 14 yards there and a first down.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified. That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll keep it on the ground. Fowler. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
That is caught by Mims. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A gain of 26 yards. That's good for the Colts. First down.
And the slot man goes in motion left. And that's going to be caught downfield by Mims. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Slot man moves right. Wilson. Caught by Woods. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd down at the 49-yard line.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And Charles, you think about this offense, and it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench, just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation.
And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Broncos are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Colts are going to take possession of the football. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
To pick up the 3, brings up 2nd and 7.
The slot man in motion right. He's into the secondary. Touchdown, Colts. Jelani Woods, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Colts take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Joey Sly now.
kickoff after the touchdown. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They go play action now. Jackson rolling to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
44-yard punt, return of 9.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
For the offense coming back out here, plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
From the 39, Wilson. Olave holds it in. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver?
Touchdown, Indianapolis!
Jelani Woods, 32 yards. And the Colts go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now Jackson on first down. Trying to fit it into more, but it's intercepted.
Darius Slay with a pick. And the Colts will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
After the interception, here's Wilson. This pass caught. It's Woods. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Now it's Wilson. This is caught. It's Woods. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing is Wilson. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again, Wilson. And this is Cook for the ground. Touchdown! James Cook. 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Sly on for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. Oh, good return up past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming day.
Because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. To throw is Jackson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Wilson.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. Wilson will throw again. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Now a throw in the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. T.J. Watt, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and forever. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
4th down. Here's Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Colts are going to take over with the football. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Throwing, completing, quick to Calvin Ridley.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Here's Wilson to throw.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. It's complete to Cook.
He's got room at the 30. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. From the gun, it's Wilson. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
Denzel Mims,
an 11-yard touchdown.
And the Colts up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. Extra That slide is up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Joey Slye now to kick off after the touchdown. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try to throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
$13 yards, the tally on the return there. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Oh, Wilson going to throw. That is caught by Mims. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now Wilson on 1st down. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball, and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Joey Slye now to kick off after the touchdown. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Play action. Now Jackson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Wilson wants to throw it. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that
is incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL. It's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a hit.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. And the tight end goes in motion left. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's Olave. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. On first down, Wilson. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. And now this game is over. But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends. And understandably so. Not only did